Ni hao YouTube, what's going on? Saarland to China. Another video for you in English. I just did one in German, but the same one now in English for you, for the English speaking viewers. What are the top 5 I miss most when I'm in China? Number 5, Döner Kebab. I just told my friends in Germany has one of the best Döner Kebab you can imagine. I don't know what country you're from, maybe from the States, maybe from Great Britain, but as far as I know, the Döner Kebab as we know it, eaten from the bread, the stuffed bread with all the meat and stuff, was invented by a Turkish guy in Berlin. And by far, the German kebab is one of my favorite ones. It's just amazing. And my favorite one is from Saarland, Fischbach. And every time I'm coming back to Germany, I'm stuffing one of those great Döner kebabs in my mouth. Fischbach kebab house. Very nice, very nice. If you're in Germany once, I'll leave you the address below. It's just too great. Show you some of this German delicious Saarland kebab. You can order this kind of traditional Turkish Döner kebab, or you can just order this Döner kebab plate, which is a lot of meat and vegetables and pepperoni and cucumbers and stuff. You get this fresh baked bread with it. And it just tastes so good. It tastes so fucking good. You have this like taste of garlic, onions, some kind of very nice sauce here, the meat and all this stuff. Enjoyed with some French fries here, some German beer, some Turkish lemonade. It's just amazing. This fresh grilled meat. For sure, I also miss bread and cheese in China, but I'm recently doing bread on my own when I'm in Harbin, so that's no big deal. But cheese is a big issue. I mean, you can get cheese in China, which is not really good. I'd say you can get the cheddar cheese, for example. Which is good. I like the spicy cheese, right? The flavory cheese, not the plain one. And if you want good cheese, you have to pay a lot of money, right? And actually, recently there was a ban on smelly cheese in China. I don't know why. I think it was because of some kinds of bacteria or whatsoever. But cheese is really expensive in China. If you want to get good cheese, you have to come back to Europe, at least Germany or France. Something I really miss. No big deal for the bread. I do the bread on my own. But the cheese and the Döner kebab are like, man, I'm dreaming. Once in a while I have those dreaming of like stuffing this Döner kebab in my mouth. Incredible. Number 4, the fresh air. Oh yeah, we all know the air in China is supposed to be dirty, but I gotta tell you one thing. It depends on where you are living. If you're living in Beijing or Shanghai, the air quality will be poor. That's for sure. No doubt about that. But if you're living in rural areas, or let's say cities with less traffic and less industry and stuff, the air quality will be better. So you cannot say the air is bad everywhere in China. That's not true. It depends on where you're living. For example, I'm living in Harbin, which is in the northeast of China, Dongbei, and I would say the air quality in Harbin is pretty good. For example, in spring, summer, and autumn, the air is pretty good. We have blue sky very often in Harbin. The only thing which is really bad is winter. In winter time, people in the northeast of China are heating with coal heaters. And the winter in northeast China and Harbin is very, very cold, very cold. Let's say like minus 30 degrees Celsius, approximately, right? Sometimes it's minus 25, sometimes it's minus 35 degrees Celsius, and it's pretty cold, man. And people are using coal to get all the heatings working and stuff, and coal is very cheap, right? And if you cannot afford gas heating, you have to use coal. Recently the Chinese government tried to put a ban on using coal heatings, and honestly, I already had the impression that the air quality during winter in Harbin got a lot better. I had the impression, and actually the Chinese government is currently doing a lot to get rid of those coal heatings and instead use gas heatings, but it will take a while. I mean, they had those bans in the beginning in Dongbei to use the coal heating, and then I think in the end of December they said, okay, we will put this ban away, we will lift this ban, because there were some farmers that just could not afford installing new gas pipes whatsoever, gas heating. It will take a while. You cannot make things happen immediately. It will take a while, but there is a certain kind of motivation of the Chinese government to improve the air quality even in Dongbei, because this coal heating is such a big pollution during winter time. And I think they're doing a better job now to get rid of the coal heating, and that's a pretty good thing. But actually, I think in the northeast China, at least in Harbin, the air quality is not too bad. Not too bad at all. I think in Shanghai, Beijing, big cities, maybe Chengdu, Guangzhou, industrial cities, the air quality is much, much worse than in China. So it really depends where you are. But when you arrive in Germany, like, whoa, this fresh air, you can see like, you want to kiss the air, inhale everything, cleaning your lungs. It's like everything is so clean. It's like 100% pure air. It's so good. It's so good. I always want to go outside and breathe the air, and I have this thing in my head that I can clean my lungs or whatsoever. But it's so like you can really notice it. Like once you get out of the plane, or at least once you get out of the airport and inhale this fresh air, it's just wow. It's pure air. It's just amazing. So this is one thing I'm really missing when I'm in China. Another thing I'm missing when I'm in China is number 3, the clean water. Now, what do I mean by clean water? There is clean water in China, like it's bottled water, you can buy it from the store. But in Germany, you can drink the clean water from the tap. You open the tap, you drink the tap water like this. You can take the tap water and cook it, do your coffee with it. The tap water in Germany is 100% clean. 100% clean. And even there is, that's what I've heard, okay? The controls on tap water are much, much more severe and more strict than the controls on bottled water. I mean, the bottled water in Germany is absolutely clean, no doubt about that. There is calcium added, other stuff, right? It's also very healthy, but it's for sure it's more expensive. But there has to be a certain standard of tap water in Germany And as a result, the controls of tap water in Germany are very, very strict. And if there is any contamination or any impure thing, it will be shut down immediately. It's super strict. They have controls every day. So the tap water in Germany is absolutely clean. I cannot drink tap water in China. Not because there are viruses or bacteria in it. Maybe there are, but I don't think so. But for example, the tap water in Harbin has some, how to say, like the pipes in several areas in this city are very old and maybe dirty. I don't know, maybe there's some chemical stuff inside the water, but it tastes kind of weird, and I think it's not healthy. And all my Chinese friends and colleagues told me not to drink it. I mean, you can take a shower, you can brush your teeth with it, no big deal, but don't drink it. Don't drink 1 or 2 liters of this water. This is not working. If you buy a coffee in a coffee shop, for example, they're using filters. No big deal with that. I don't know how this is working. But no one ever told me, no one ever recommended to drink the tap water in China. All I heard is that it's not healthy and that you should not drink it, and that you should always buy bottled water. And this is what I really like here, like go to the tap, coffee, drink it, easy, right? No big deal with that. It's super clean, super cheap, no problem. And then there's another thing, I really like the sparkling water. This is something really German. Germans like sparkling water. Maybe the Chinese don't like it. Maybe it's too sour for them or too salty. But this is something typical German. The French don't like it, the Spanish don't like it, the Italians don't like it. The sparkling water. 汽水. Yeah. So this is something I really miss. Why? You ask me why I miss this water? Well, for me, sparkling water is something that is refreshing. It refreshes me, it kind of kills my thirst. Like, there are many people who don't like sparkling water, and they ask me, how can you drink sparkling water? And all I tell them is like, well, imagine drinking a Coke without sparkling bubbles. Imagine drinking a beer without that, right? It's just like, it tastes plain, like old, right? So that's kind of weird, and I have to admit, I don't drink enough in China because I just miss the sparkling bubbles, and I should drink a lot more. But this is what I don't do because I just like this kind of freshness. And when I come to Germany, I buy this sparkling water, and it just sparkles down my throat. It's beautiful. So, yeah, that's for the water. Number 2 is the traffic. Oh my goodness. The traffic in China, I mean, if you've ever been to China, you will probably have realized that the traffic in China is insane. Insane. First, there is a lot of people in China, right? Which is a logical conclusion that there will be a lot of traffic in China, right? No big deal. That's for sure. But people are driving like crazy. They are honking all the time. Toot, 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 toot. You want to cross the road? Toot, 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 toot. Everything is loud. The traffic in China is very, very loud. There is not one country in the world where I have experienced a traffic loud, really loud and intense, like in China. Maybe it's worse in India. I haven't been to India yet, okay? Maybe it's worse in Italy. I have been to Italy. Many people say the traffic in Italy is insane. But in China, wow, that was intense, man. You have to be very, very careful if you want to cross the road. You have to be very, very careful. People are honking. So as a pedestrian in China, you don't have any priority. Remember, you never have any priority. If the lights are green, or if the lights are red or yellow or whatsoever, you don't have priority. The cars always have priority. And they will show you. They drive quickly. They are honking. So that's one thing you have to remember when you are a pedestrian in China. As a foreigner, right? In Germany, if you want to cross the road, you just stand at the road, right? You want to cross the road, and I'm telling you, for 99% of the cases, you want to cross the road, the car is waiting, stopping and waiting. You can cross the road. I guarantee you. Cars are very carefully and always waiting for you. And there are not many cars in Germany compared to China, right? And honking is forbidden in Germany. People don't honk in Germany. If the police hears so, that someone is honking, 30 euros, fee. Fine. Very expensive. As a result, the traffic in Germany is very smooth running, very quiet. Everything is very regulated. People are driving very carefully, not fast, carefully. And Chinese people are telling me, yeah, but Germany is so dangerous because people are driving fast on the motorway. Yes, people are driving fast on the motorway, even 200 kilometers per hour or 250 kilometers per hour, as there are no limits. But this driving on the motorway, okay, there are accidents on the motorway, all right, that's for sure. But they are driving in a careful way. They are driving fast, but only when they can, without taking a risk. The main thing is, like, when there are people driving in the city, they are caring a lot about pedestrians, right? This is very, very important. Pedestrians in Germany have absolute priority. So do bicycles, right? So this is one thing I really miss. When I'm in Germany, everything is so quiet and so smooth. Oh. Number one thing I miss most when I'm in China is the forest. Wow, I miss the forest so much. When I'm in China, I really just want to get out of my house, having a nice walk in the forest, fresh air, right? Those beautiful ways through the forest, right? Now I tell you how this is in Germany. There is a lot of forest in Germany, and you can just walk out of your house, go directly into the forest. You don't need to pay anything. If you go to the forest, it's free. Second, if you go to the forest, most of the time you are alone. There is no one else. It's open, wide, everywhere, nature, free. Third, there is amazing, absolutely amazing fresh air in the German forest. It's 100% fresh and clean air, oxygen. The air smells so fresh and clean in the German forest. Number 4, there is no music or speakers. It's absolutely quiet. The forest is so quiet. You cannot hear anything but birds, quack, 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 once in a while. Very quiet. Very fresh air, and you just have a walk. Like, you know, in Germany we say the forest is the best doctor, the best medicine you can have. And that's true. If you want to go to a forest in China, there are good forests, nice forests in China, wow. Beautiful forests, but you have to drive a long way to reach it. It's not in front of your door. Then, once in a while, it's not for free. You have to pay to enter the forest. This is something we cannot imagine in Germany. The forest is for the publicity. It's free. There is no music, no people, and it's absolutely quiet. In China, there is like many people on a Sunday going to this forest, having a walk. You will meet a lot of people in the forest. There are speakers once in a while, music and stuff. And I mean, Chinese forests are nice, but they are different in Germany. They are free, very clean, no speakers, no people. They are free, and they have the best air you can imagine. 100% pure and clean air. And this is what I miss most. But I'm living in a big city in China, so that's for sure. I mean, this is what I wanted. If you want the forest in front of your door in China, you can go to a rural area, no big deal. And there are big cities in Germany where you don't have the forest in front of your door. But this is one thing I really miss when I'm in China. So I had to tell you this. So I hope you like my video. If you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. See you next time in my next video, where we will talk about the top 5 things I'm missing when I'm not in China.
你是我的小呀小苹果，怎么